Hi everybody, this is Today 22 with another app review. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a review on app launchers instead of specific apps themselves. I'm the type of person where I don't like having a lot of things, a lot of icons or widgets, or anything really on my home screen. For the most part, as you can see, it's pretty clear. You know, my home screens are mostly clear because I don't like to have them be looking cluttered, or to just look like a hot mess with a bunch of apps. So there are a couple of app launchers that I use to make my most recently used apps a lot more accessible without having to go to the app drawer and going down the list. So I'm going to be reviewing some of them today for you. I actually have 4, and some of them I use more than others, but I just thought I'd do a little review so you guys can make up your own minds if you want to use some of them, none of them, all of them, whatever. I just wanted to do a little comparison. So let's get started. This first one I'm going to do is Swipepad, and this is the one that I've had on my phone since it was in beta stage, and I just absolutely love it, and I find myself using it like every day. So this is activated by a swipe gesture, so I have to, let me find it. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, I took my finger on the side of my phone and I swiped it across. It's called Swipepad, and these are all the apps that I have on it right now. And all you have to do to launch it is you have to bring this ring up to whichever app you want to launch. So let's just do that. And it brings it up. And it's really, this is a free app on the market, which is what I like. This is actually the best one. It's very, very responsive when you swipe your finger on the side. See? It repeatedly, you know, it's really, really responsive, really quick, and it's really easy to customize. All you do when you first start it is it'll always be up here in the notification bar. Yeah, it's always going to be up there. It's this little arrow thing. So all you got to do is, as you can see, Swipepad. Click on that. And then you will get all of these options. Just start with general. So you can do, you can enable is checked, and then haptic feedback. So you can play a cute sound every time you launch something. There's, a few different options that you have, and hotspots is where you can decide which region you want to swipe your finger. For me, it's the most comfortable to do it this part, so anywhere from the top of my phone to the center, or if I want to change it, I could change it to there. And then let's do just default. So see, and now it'll change to be on the left here, or you could do the bottom left corner. And it'll be just down there in that little corner. So as you can see, you can change them to be wherever you want. Or you can make multiple ones if you want. So you can have, it activated in 3 different places or 4 different places if you want. You can have every single one of these activated. So if anywhere you press it along the edge, it'll work. But I like it the best at this red area. But it's really good with the customizing as far as what makes it the most comfortable for you to be able to open up Swipepad based on where you swipe. And then there are add-ons where you can add more slots for your app. So right now you can only have 12 apps at a time on this. See, more space Swipepad add-on for 99 cents, and you can have more than 12 different spots to have apps. And but right now, you know, I just have this 12. I just have the basic Swipepad because it's free and it gives me more than what I need. So in order to add an app to this, it's really easy. All you do is when you first download it, obviously it's going to be blank, and then you can just add it. You just put the ring over and add it. But if you want to change after it's already an app's already been placed, you just turn this until that turns orange. See, when I put it on, it's first blue, so when I put it on, it launches it. But if I hold it down a little bit longer on there, it turns orange. When I lift my fingers up, you get all this application shortcut widgets. You can put any of those things into that spot and it will launch it for you. Circle launcher. This is the one that I review my apps on for you guys every week. So I'm going to do this one. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because you guys have seen it. I only put 3 apps on here just to give you guys an example of what it is. But pretty much this is a widget, so you actually have to add it from the widget screen by holding it down, going to widget, and then you can see there's circle launcher. You click on it once you add it to the home screen, and then if you go to the menu button, you get all this stuff. You can decide whether you want to launch apps, contacts, or bookmarks. And then this is where you can select the apps that you want to be displayed, and you can check however many you want to be displayed. You can check more than one at once. And then this lets you pick the style, whether you want it to go show up in a circle, straight line, or vertically or horizontally. And then you can change the color of it, so you can make it transparent, you know, or a solid color, stuff like that. And then, you know, there's just different things. And then extra configuration, you can decide to make the background blurry when you launch it, so that the rest of the background doesn't get in your way. You can change the transparency of the icon or the widget, size, and see, I have it so it's blurred so that when I open it, as you can see, the background is all blurry now, so that this front part stands out. That one's pretty easy. There is a free version of this, and there's also a paid version. Next, I'll do Ultimate Faves Pro. I like the whole carousel idea of this one. It's really cool. This one is an app, so you just you make a shortcut on the home screen. But this one, you know, it's cool, that whole carousel thing, but I don't really like this app because a lot of the times the buttons I find aren't sensitive, so sometimes I'll have to press the app more than once in order to get it to load. And also the icons, it actually looks kind of good here, but on my phone the icons show up bigger than they really are, so they're really pixelated and they're blurry, and I just don't like the fact that the icons are blurry. Like it just ruins the whole it just ruins it for me. I can't really enjoy it with it being like that. But you just do that and it launches that. And again, I just put 3 apps on there to show you. For this one, you would just press a menu again once you put the app on as a shortcut, and then you can do all the things from here. And this is a free version, but there also is a paid version where this is the free version, and only you can do 2 carousels. All you have to do is swipe up to go to another carousel and swipe down to go back to the previous one. And in the paid version, you get unlimited. You can, you know, it's really easy to add. You just click that, and then you can add whatever you want, and then it'll each continue to add to a new space every time you add a new app or phone contact or whatever. And you know, it's easy to remove. Then there's settings and edit, and you can go in here and you can create a new carousel, rename it. This last one is another one that I just recently got it, because right now this is a paid app, just as it's kind of the opposite of Swipepad. because it is a free app and there is an add-on to it, but there is no paid version of that same app. This one, Wave Launcher, is a paid app and there is no free version. But it is available on GetJar right now for free. It's normally $1.99. And if you think it's a pretty good deal, you might want to go check it out. So Wave Launcher is this. Sometimes I have a hard time. This is the only thing I have. Okay, the only problem that I have with this launcher is that it's not very sensitive. It's like I showed you, Swipepad is very fluid. You know, it's really good with recognizing my finger. Wave Launcher sometimes is not very good. Sometimes I have to swipe a few times in order to find it. And this is what it is. It waves across the screen. So you can, and it highlights whichever app you want. And then if you go back to the beginning, it won't launch any. So all you gotta do is stop your finger there, and I chose to have that light on so I could tell which app it's on, and then just lift my finger off, and it starts it. And again, for this one, it's also in the notification bar, and that's how you change what you want. So as soon as you download it, the notification bar will automatically show up here, and then you can change it here. Edit Wave this is when where you can start adding your apps, or you can also add shortcuts or widgets, or you can make a shortcut directly to your notification bar. And as you add an app, it'll move on to the next one in line, or you can move it yourself like this. Where that arrow is the spot that it's going to fill with the app, but I've already got all my apps filled there. So there's also edit colors. Like I have my wave green right now. You can mess with this bar. As you can see, change the color of it, but I want to leave it where it was at. And if you can't really figure out what to do, there's a help section, and then the settings gives you a lot of personalization. So there's parts like gesture area, so you can determine, like I have it set to all along this, because my swipe pad's on my right, I have this one on my left. But originally it was on the bottom down here, but I didn't like that because every time I tried to go to my app drawer, it got in the way. So I moved it to the left. And you can set it from here, or you can do the thickness, so how thick the wave bar is going to be. You know, if you want like thin, thicker. Where's right here, I have 12 apps available. You can set it if you want to show recent apps as well as the apps that you have set for it, or you can decide on the number of apps that you want to set it. So I have it at the maximum. It'll show up to 12 apps, so you can get as few as 1 or 0. And it'll show 12 recent apps right now. That's how I have it, but I could set it to show like 8 user apps and 4 most recent apps. It'll show a maximum of 12. So if you have 12 apps set, then it's not going to be able to show any recent apps. And that's it. You can determine what different actions are based on what you want. You can decide to hide the notification bar so it doesn't show up here. There's not actually an icon up here, but there is when I pull down. And yeah, alright, that's it. And like I said, if I would have to suggest one, I would suggest Swipepad. It's free, but I also just find it the best. You know, it's an app. It's an app that I really trust, and like I said, I've been with it since beta stage, and it was really, really excellent then. And he seems to be really good with updates if people have any problems with the app. You know, the developer is really quick on bringing out updates and stuff. But that's my review, so please leave comments and let me know what you think.